Hey guys, Manus701 here, and holy crap! Talk about an overload of Battlefield 4 news coming out of Gamescom this week in Germany. I hope you guys have gotten your fill of every single Battlefield YouTuber on the planet doing news videos about Battlefield 4, because it's just been so much, it's been so crazy with the amount of information we're getting, and the features, and the Levolution, and all the awesome crazy shit that we're seeing. I am not doing any of these Battlefield 4 news videos because everyone else already is. And you're probably wondering what this video is about. Well, it's pretty obvious. I mean, did you see how many new knives are in Battlefield 4? Not one, not two, not three, but 10. 10 knives in Battlefield 4. So now you're probably wondering, how am I going to talk about all 10 knives from Battlefield 4 when we've probably seen footage of maybe one or two of them? GameSpot released a video which showed all the weapons and attachments and knives that were in Battlefield 4 in the loadout screen. I don't know if you've seen it, but I'll link it in the description below. I cannot use any of the images or from this video, obviously, because it's their video. But what I did is they show pictures of all 10 knives in the loadout screen in this video. I went on the internet and I tried to find the exact same 10 knives that you see in the loadout screen in Battlefield 4, and I'm going to show them to you in this video and talk about each one a little bit. Very briefly, because I don't want this video to go on forever. And hopefully you'll find this entertaining and interesting. Alright, so here we go. The first two knives are the two knives that you guys are already all familiar with. They're the same two knives from Battlefield 3, the bayonet and the ACB-90, aka the box cutter. Here are the descriptions for both these knives in the Battlefield 4 loadout screen. The bayonet, an M9 bayonet used against enemies in melee combat, allows you to steal their dog tags. And the ACB-90, a knife with added gut hook for taking out an enemy in melee and to steal his dog tags. I don't think there's much else you guys need to know about these two. You've both used them a million times. You've seen them in videos a million times. So here's pictures of them in game in BF3 and in real life. And let's move on to the next 8 brand new knives. Knife number 3 is the Shank, which is an improvised melee weapon for taking down enemies in close quarters and stealing their dog tags. Now, the picture I found is almost exactly what the Shank looks like in the loadout screen in BF4. It's kind of amazing that I found one so close to it, but it is pretty much an improvised handmade knife that's made out of a really sharp piece of metal, and it looks like some tape or string on the handle. So yeah, that is the Shank. Knife number 4 is one we've actually seen before in Battlefield 3, but it wasn't available in multiplayer. It is the Machete, and the description of that is a heavy knife originally for cutting down thick undergrowth. Take down an enemy with your melee weapon to steal their dog tags as a trophy. And I believe Dima used it in the single-player campaign, the Russian character, if my memory serves me correctly. We also have, we catch a glimpse of it in the Battlefield 4 Levolution trailer that was just released this week. And here it is right here. That is the Machete. And it was hard for me to find a couple pictures of this on the internet, but I did. It doesn't look like the traditional machete that you're used to. People call it a Russian Spetsnaz machete, although there's some trouble finding accurate information on it. Some people think that the Spetsnaz were never officially issued this machete, and I also read that it's actually Polish. It was actually made in Poland, but so I'm not 100% sure on the accuracy of this, how this knife is used in real life, but I'm excited to use it. It looks really badass. So that's the Machete. Knife number 5 is the Bowie knife, and its description says a well-known knife model that is as deadly today as it was when it originated. Use it to steal an opponent's dog tags. This knife was very easy to find. There's a million pictures of it. It is a legendary knife popularized by Jim Bowie in the early 19th century. He died at the Battle of the Alamo during the Mexican-American War. If you want to learn all about it, I suggest you look it up on the Wikipedia or something, because I'm not going to talk about it here. I'm sure I'll be using this knife a lot because the Bowie knife is a classic American knife. Knife number 6 is a very interesting, different kind of knife that I have not seen before. It is a carbon fiber knife, and its description says, lightweight and quiet. Use this knife in melee to steal dog tags from your opponent. Obviously, it's 100% made out of carbon fiber. I found many different types of carbon fiber knives on the internet, but this one that you see here is the exact one that matches the knife in the BF4 loadout screen. It is an Escort 3 100% carbon fiber dagger knife with a slotted blade design. I found it on carbonfibergear.com. Knife number 7 is similar to the Shank in that it is improvised. It is called the improvised knife. Its description says sometimes you need to make your own blade for when things get down and dirty. Utilize this makeshift weapon in melee to take your enemy's dog tags. Well, obviously, if it's improvised and custom, I could not find an exact picture on the internet. In fact, I couldn't really find any good pictures at all, except for the one you see here. It's just a makeshift knife, just like the Shank, except this actually looks more like a blade with just a homemade handle. And that's your improvised knife. Knife number 8 is the Scout knife. Its description says, this traditional Swedish knife can be used in the field to take an enemy's dog tags. Obviously from the description, it is Swedish. It's made in Sweden, and I found many different pictures of the Scout knife on the internet. It appears to be considerably smaller than a lot of the other knives that you'll use in BF4. Doesn't matter to me, I'm still going to use it. Knife number 9 is the survival knife. Its description says, handy blade to have out in the battlefield. Use it in melee combat to grab the dog tags of your enemy. Now, I had some difficulty trying to find this knife in the internet. I had no problem finding many pictures of survival knives, but I could not find the specific one. I mean, it took me a while to find the specific knife that you see in the Battlefield 4 loadout screen, but I did finally find it. The survival knife you see in BF4 is a Smith & Wesson Homeland Security survival knife. It looks really badass with the multicolored blade and everything. I think I'm going to be using this one quite a lot. I really like the look of it. It looks really cool. And finally, we come to the last knife. Knife number 10, the trench knife. And its description says, this knife is great for close quarters combat, which you'll be in if you want to use it to steal some dog tags from your enemies. And I found many different kinds of trench knives on the internet. However, this one was also very difficult to find. It was a very specific kind of trench knife, because most of the other kinds look pretty different from the one in BF4. But I did find it. If you go to knifepurveyor.com, it is a Dr. Fred Carter custom knife, integral trench knife. And that is where I got these pictures. It is a custom-made knife, and I find it interesting that this exact knife is in BF4. But yeah, it's a really badass-looking knife. I can only hope that we'll actually be able to use the handle of the knife to punch people in the face in the game, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, so there are all 10 knives that you will be seeing in Battlefield 4. Hopefully when DICE or EA releases some new footage with the knives, I'll make an updated video showing the knives in-game. Or maybe when the Battlefield 3 beta comes out, I'll see how many knives are in that. I'll make a video showcasing the knives there. But either way, eventually you'll see a video showcasing all these knives. And I'm also hoping, considering that we're getting 10 knives, that we're going to see a wide assortment of different stabbing animations and counter knifing animations with all the different knives, because a lot of these knives are drastically different from each other. So I'm really hoping to see some really cool knifing animations using all these knives. I'm also looking forward to creating a whole bunch of great new content for you once Battlefield 4 comes out. Because since I have 10 knives to use now, I hope that I'm able to make some more entertaining, interesting videos for you all to watch using all these different fancy blades. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give a like and a subscribe, share it with your friends, and as always, this is Mantis701, and remember to always watch your back, and I'll see you guys next time.